Us down.
Oh,
Five,
wow.
4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're good.
All right. Ready?
We're ready. You ready?
I
Okay, because we're ready. Ready on audio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to what was previously known as Johnny Reviews is the Slice of Life podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the deal. We bring on guests. We talk about everything. And today, on the other side of the table, we got Samantha. Samantha, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I am awake and I have some coffee in me. We're good to go. Thank you.
She's an angel. She brought me some coffee also, and I was like, you know what? It's 10 a.m. We're gonna get this ball rolling with some coffee, and thank you. I really appreciate it, and thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Very nervous, but very exciting at the same time.
I know. And so how are you? How is Samantha in 2020? Let's start with that.
I think I'm good. I mean, 2020 obviously has not gone the way that anybody thought it was going to. I think, as weird as it sounds, I've been the happiest I think I've ever been in my life.
See, this is the reason I ask. So everybody has a different perspective on this, and I feel like everybody, definitely sees 2020 as a pro and a con. Mm-hmm. And for you, you're definitely seeing it as a pro every aspect of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the whole thing with TikTok or like my social life or being settled here. Like, I mean, last year I moved to Florida in June of last year. So it took me a really long time to settle in and like figure out my life here. Yeah. And now it's kind of like all clicking and coming together, and that helps. And so I guess that's where like my 2020 is going. Like, I feel like I'm finally settled and I feel more comfortable being here.
No, yeah. It feels like home now, is what you're saying. So it's like, you are from where? You said you're from New York. Yeah. Upstate New York. And we were just talking about this before the podcast.
Yes, I'm from upstate. I'm from Albany, which, like I said, is very different from the city. Everybody always asks me whenever I meet them. They're like, "Oh, like New York, you're like the city. Like, how's Broadway? Yeah, how's Manhattan?" I'm like, great. It's 2 hours away."
You're like, I don't live close by there at all.
Yeah, like I don't have the accent. I don't have like the New York personality. Like I have like just
That's
the
crazy.
upstate.
Like you're right next to Boston too. And like I feel like over there in Massachusetts, they would be like, we stick together. Like, they have that whole ideal to them, and it's crazy. And how do you, so is it different? I mean, you just feel like, I hate the cold. I'm coming over here. You're like, I want to settle here. Disney's here. Everything's great here. Is that what you felt like?
Yeah, I mean, like, so I went to school in Oswego, New York, which is right by Syracuse. It's about 40 minutes from Syracuse. And it's right on the lake. And we had the worst lake effect snow ever, every year. And I think after my senior year, I was like, I need to get out of here. Like, I was like, I can't open my room, like my house door anymore and have like 4 feet of snow sitting outside of me. Like, it's just not it for me. So then I applied for the college program, and then when
did you do it? What was the thing that got you? I really want to know, because that's what I mean, there's a lot of cast members here, and everybody has a different story. What was your story? What got you into the DCP?
So I actually wasn't going to do the DCP at all. Even when I got like accepted, I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'll just pass and do something else. And for some reason, something in me was just like, just take a little bit of a chance and like move somewhere other than New York. And figure out your life somewhere else. And the no snow thing is a perk.
It's a perk.
Sure.
Yeah.
So then I came down here, and I met just amazing people, and I loved the environment. And after my college program, I went home, and I was only home for like, I'd say maybe 2 months, and I was an auditor in New York, and it was the most boring job I think I've ever had in my life. So then I applied to come back down, and I have not left since. I'm not college program, but it's definitely different. And
so when did you do the DCP? Was it
2018?
2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
August.
All right. So you were fall advance or fall? Just fall.
I was fall.
You were fall. What was it, Chatham?
I was Patterson.
Patterson.
The old folks' home.
Dude, it felt weird, and I liked it. I had so many friends there, but even the gym and the pool, you had the best gym and pool. But I was Chatham. I was like, I love Chatham.
I love Patterson was good. I had a great time there. I mean, my roommates and I 2 of them we met in college. We went to school in Oswego together.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them we met on the Facebook page. And we still talk every single day to this day.
Dude, it's crazy. You're not wrong. Like, that creates the, like, deep bonds with people that you meet from around the world. Like, it doesn't matter where. I mean, my best friend lives in Pennsylvania right now. So it's like, it's crazy. We met in the parking lot out of everywhere. And it was just like, hey, dude, we just became like best friends. And it's crazy what the DCP does.
Yeah.
And like all those relationships that you create from like the ICPs, and you have like people from all around the world that you just kind of like, and you just become really good friends with. And it's crazy. And so you've gone to the parks, and, you know, I've seen, we're going to talk about your TikTok here in a little bit. And it's just, I just want to get your initial thoughts on like how the parks are. How do you feel like are they like, for you, is it like, I'm still going to go regardless? Is it better right now? And what do you think?
I mean, I'm very comfortable being in the parks. I think having masks definitely helps.
Yes.
And guests being able to socially distance, having those markers on the ground, and Disney taking the precautions that they have.
Not just Disney, every park. I mean, yes,
and
it's like, I mean, we're big Universal fans too. We're going to talk about that too. But it's like what they're doing right now is ideal. Keep going.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I feel totally fine going to the parks. I don't feel unsafe. I just like look around and I feel like everyone is just having like a good and safe time, I guess you could say. Like, it doesn't scare me as much as it would for me, like going somewhere where it's like no masks and crowded and stuff like that. So I know you're going to have those people in your life who are going to be like, you post something at like a theme park and they're going to be like, oh, it's the coronavirus for me. And like, you're gonna have that. That's gonna happen, but
you're gonna get those eyeballs.
But like, you're the one who's physically there experiencing it. That person behind the keyboard has no idea what it's like there. So it's like, I don't really take that personally. If people get mad at me,
don't take it personally. I just feel like they're like, you're a big, and then we can go with TikTok too, because you're just someone with big influence. On that scale alone, like, you're gonna get those people that are just gonna be like, and those are the ones that kind of like get you, like the people are just like, all right, let's just keep going, let's just keep doing what I'm doing. And that's how I treat like even people just like, hey, it's okay, like it's fine, like, you're gonna do your own thing, I'm gonna do my own thing, and at that point it's fine. And, all right, so we are gonna get into your TikTok. Like, what do you think about TikTok right now? I feel like for you and for a lot of people, this is like the new norm. Like, it's like the new biggest thing. It's like by YouTube, by everything else, TikTok is kind of like the reigning champ right now. Do you agree or no?
Yeah, I mean, I was very, very skeptical about TikTok about a year ago today. Like, I know someone who was like all about it, and I was like, ugh, like, isn't that for kids? Like, isn't that like don't you just like
dancing it
make dances? And like, I can't dance. Like, I look like
but you can sing.
Bored. But I dancing is just like not for me. So I was like, I'm not gonna download it. Like, what's the fun in that? And then I saw, like, I was on Twitter and people were posting like threads of like funny TikToks, and I was like, oh, okay. So I downloaded it, and it kept me sane, I think, during quarantine. Because you can just sit there and scroll for hours, and it's so huge.
You get in that hole, like, it's once you start scrolling, and it knows who you are, and it's like, maybe just another 10 minutes. 10 minutes to become like an hour, and you're stuck, and you're just there.
Yeah, that algorithm really gets you.
It gets you.
It's like scary accurate sometimes. Like, I get a lot of Orlando content, and I don't know if it's because that's what I post, but like, I like, they just curate that right to me, and I'm like, wow, okay, now I know some more places to go.
Yes.
Notated all these things, but like, I think they know how to cater to each individual user. I think that's what makes it so unique. You know, like, you get content curated towards you, and you're just like, okay, like, now it's a little bit addicting. Like, I'm gonna be on here for 3 hours for no reason. But
I could see what you mean, because. What I think is funny, and what I think it will be on my For You page would be like these like Hispanic funny things, and I'm like, did you see that TikTok? I'm like, no, you didn't, because it's on mine. And I was just like, it just caters to you, your personality, what you want, and your TikTok. And I was just scrolling through it too. I was just like, whoa, my gosh, like, what got you to that? like let's start with that. Like what got you to do that?
Yeah. Well, so first I wanted to be a Disney TikToker. I was like,
geez.
I want to be a Disney influencer, like link in the bio.
Get
Here's
in
my
line.
like pixie dust, whatever.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that so bad. And I
even
remember,
before TikTok.
Even before TikTok, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe one day I'll be a Disney influencer.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna happen, but and then when quarantine started, I made this one TikTok for Disney, or like about Disney, like in the parks closing and everything.
Yeah.
And it had like the sad like up music in the background. And I was watching Happily Ever After on my TV, like eating my Mickey bar, whatever. And it like blew up, like it got like really big, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is my chance.
So
like,
that was your first video. That was the first viral.
That was my first viral one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to be a Disney TikToker. And I was like, I want to be a Disney influencer. Like, it's happening. And so all throughout quarantine, like, everything I did was, like, Disney curated. Like, I, like, wore my ears in every video. And, like, my roommate knew I was making a TikTok, too. Because I'd come out of my room. I'd be, like, full face makeup with Mickey ears on. She's like, are you? I'm like, okay. Is it that obvious? And so at one point in time, anything else I would make that was not Disney curated would not hit, like it wouldn't do well. And it got me nervous. I was like, okay, so I can only do Disney things, like that's all I can do. And then when kind of restrictions started to get lifted, my friend wanted to go to Ginny Springs, so we took a trip out there.
What's Ginny Springs again?
It's like a natural spring. It's only like, I'd say like maybe an hour and a half away from here.
Okay, so it's like one of those like kind of like smoky looking ones. It's just like everybody just there, everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, it's like a lazy river kind of that's like a little murky, which scared me. That brings you to like a crystal clear blue like water area.
Under a cave sort of thing.
There are caves in there, and people were like diving into it, which was cool. But I was like, can't do that. I was like, I will die.
How far would you go for a TikTok?
I was like, first of all, I don't think my phone will last going down there. And so I posted a video from there. But the only like bad thing about that is I did not know how to pronounce Ginny Springs. Yes. I thought it was guinea, like a guinea pig.
Guinea Springs.
So I posted it, and I was like, you know what? I only had like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 followers.
Yeah.
I was like, no one's gonna watch this. No one's gonna care. Like, I think I pronounced it wrong, but it's not gonna matter. And then in the first like hour, it got like 100 likes, and I was like, no, whatever. Like, no, it's not gonna get shared anymore. No one's gonna do anything. And then before you know it, had like 30,000, and I was like,
So this was the first one out of Disney.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was bad because I mostly got made fun of to all ends in the comment section. Like it was like
what was it? Was
the
it
pronunciation?
Just oh my gosh.
Yeah. Everyone was like, you
New Yorker, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, it was bad. Like someone was like, I remember one person was like, you don't belong here, go back to where you came from. And I was like, from saying like a spring name wrong, like I feel like that's not the end of the world, but okay. And it made me like really upset too. I was like, oh my gosh.
Why? Like is it just like the I guess the negativity, it was just like a lot of people were just telling you no. Yeah,
I felt so stupid. I was like, man, I was like, how could I not know that? But then I was like, how could I know that?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not from here.
Exactly.
So I went back and forth about taking it down or keeping it up, whatever.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it up and just keep making videos and just see what happens. And then I made another one at the Glass Knife, for like food, because I was like, you know what, I really like food, like let's go ahead and start doing those things.
Okay.
And like that one went viral, and like then I started making a couple other ones that started like doing really well, and I was like, okay, like I think I'm redeeming myself from Ginny. And I was like, I think I kind of found like my little market of
okay,
like,
so
like
you were doing more Florida videos now instead of the Disney ones.
Yes.
And that's what was doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because I thought only my Disney videos were going to do well.
Okay.
And then for some reason, somehow, it all just like flipped.
I saw even like there was like 1.2 million views. Like there was like a lot. And I was like, okay, so is that what kind of got you to like, okay, now I think I know it's about exploring, doing like more on that end.
Yeah, and at the same time, like I said, I am newer here. I've only been here for about a year and a half. And I still haven't been able to actually explore Florida. So I would be doing these things anyway if I didn't have TikTok, because of course I'd love to go see things that aren't the theme parks, as much as I love the theme parks, but like
we get tired of them. And it's okay. And I want to just tell you, like, anybody that is here, like, they get tired of it, and it's just not just that we don't love it. Yeah, no, there's more than just that Disney bubble to explore. And for that reason alone, that's the reason why I love, this isn't like a Disney podcast. Like, I love bringing on people from Disney and we just talk Disney stuff, but it's also like, no, did you see that beach over there? Like, over there, it's not even Coco. I'm just using Coco as an example. Yeah, it's not the glamorous beach, but then you go and surf. Oh my gosh, dude, you got to go. And they're like, I don't know. But see, that whole mindset, I think you're starting to see the shift. Like, you're like, a lot more people like Florida. So then you keep going, and then you keep going, and you finally find that niche. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay. And there's just like so much more out there in Orlando and in Florida in general. I've been to other places besides just Orlando.
Oh, okay.
And like, there's just so much more out there where people like don't know about these things. So they come here and they're like, okay, like Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Discovery Cove. Okay, like hit all those, and then what else?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The Jenny Creek one, I didn't know about it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see how people like were commenting on my videos and being like, oh, go here next.
Yeah.
So then I have like a little book at home that I actually color coded with suggestions that people have put in my comments. Like, I read all the comments, I read all the DMs, I read everything, and I color code.
That is commitment.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
It's a little organized, but it's fine.
Are you what is it called? ODD or OCD?
I don't think so, but I think I just like things to look like pretty.
Oh, pretty and neat. It's like, no, color code everything, G's, B's, everything. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I was like, let's just make sure like everything looks good, and then like I can feel like more organized. Where it's like I don't want every single video in a row to be a coffee shop.
Yeah.
I want to do coffee shop, kayaking, dinner somewhere. Like,
so you have your own algorithm. You're like, do you hit like a specific, like, boom, like maybe a restaurant, and then like a certain day, and then you go like, okay, kayaking this day. Let's do like that ice cream one, that I think that you want, that orange. I saw that one. I was just like, okay, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you set it up, like everything. So, okay, let me ask you then, because a lot of people just like you want to thrive to do this. Like, they want to be, I see you as an inspirational person, like a very motivational person. And let's just say like you had, somebody like clamoring to be just like you, not just like you, but mirror what you're doing. What would you tell them? Like,
I mean, post your own suggestions on places to go. I mean, I'm literally on my For You page and I see people doing the same exact thing I'm doing all day long. And I've seen people like post them, and usually like I'll reach out and I'll comment on them too, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, great suggestion, thank you for posting this, even if like that person doesn't follow me or whatever. And sometimes if people will like comment back on it and be like, oh my gosh, like thank you for noticing my video, and then like I'll go on, I'll follow them, whatever. So like I encourage like anyone to just do it, like go explore and show people that there's more to this area, and there's so much to do. And in that same sense, like one of my biggest things too is like I am a very big small business supporter.
Ooh.
And so when people post about small businesses, it's like, yes, like get that business out there, show people that they're there, and they offer something, and they put a lot of work and heart and soul into their food or to their products and stuff like that. Like showcase these people, because especially right now with coronavirus, like it's hard,
it's tough. It's very tough
because businesses are suffering and some are closing, and you want to make sure like people like know that they exist, and a lot of the times they're suffering because people don't know, and they don't have the marketing, and sometimes they don't have the funds to purchase the advertising that they're looking for.
Right.
And there was a coffee shop that I visited a couple days ago.
Which one?
It was called Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yes, I know that one. I haven't gone yet, but it's on my list.
I haven't posted the video. I have it like in my drafts and stuff, but I talked to one of the workers there, and he was like, you know, it's crazy how TikTok has been with us. He was like, we spend so much money on advertising and so much money on trying to get our name out there. And he goes, and all it took was one video from TikTok to go viral. And he's like, and we've been so busy ever since.
Yeah. Create. Did you see that one, like their that purple drink that they had?
Yes.
I saw it on TikTok, and I knew about Create beforehand, but that one, that one TikTok got them a line, and it was just them ordering that or that lemonade. It was like that green, I don't know which one. It was like that purple coffee or that green lemonade. And from there, just that one TikTok alone did all of that.
Yeah.
And from there, they're just booming now. Like the photography's back in business, and they're just kind of like getting more traction just from that video. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And then just the word of mouth just gets more people just to, I mean, I put it on social media too. I'm like, dude, go try it this new coffee shop. It's really good. But no, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so like even for like a small business and stuff like that, like you're not wrong. Like especially everything here, how everything is kind of like, I think it's kind of getting back up. I want to be optimistic about that, but it's social media plays a big role, and I feel like that's a key thing to remember, especially for like a lot of these business owners that feel like they market themselves, but really it's us that market for them. And because of that, I think that's the reason why we want to help out in any way, shape, or form. And that's ideal. That's the way to kind of like do it, because I saw this coffee truck, right? And it was just like one of these like amazing, like it's two owners from Tallahassee. They own it, and I went to this tiny house convention, and they told me how their amazing story of how they opened it. And I was like, dude, that's insane. Like if there was any way possible that I can help and support you guys, I would. And I just put it out on social media. A lot of people just kind of reached out to them. It was a really cool, like little experience for them to kind of like get more people. But it's just amazing how much we give that power to them. And social media and TikTok, I think that's kind of like the way to do it.
Yeah, it's crazy important too with like these businesses and stuff. Like, I mean, I like back home in New York, my family owns a restaurant.
Oh,
like
really?
A little small like mom and pop cafe.
Oh, okay. What is that, like kind of like a pizza? Is it like is it just like it's not a coffee shop, it's a cafe?
It's like a little diner.
Okay.
My aunt and my uncle own it. And
what's the name of this diner?
It's called J&T's Family Cafe.
J&T. Okay, just to plug that in.
If I go home, I'll do a video on them.
Awesome.
Eventually, one year when coronavirus is over and I go home. And like, so I understand that it's hard having a business, especially right now. And like, same thing with like my mom is like starting her own small business, and like she makes bath bombs like by herself. Like
that's awesome. No. That's I love those. Like they even make those air fresheners. Like I buy them from home all the time, but it's just like, now that I'm here, I can't help them out, so I have to find like my own places to find them. Yeah. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's like, and she's like, when are you gonna make a video on mine? And I have one in the work. Like I'm not done with it yet. I still have to get a couple more videos and stuff for it. But it like. You see the work that people put into their businesses on the back end. Like I see it because it's my family. Yes. But so then you kind of understand like these other small businesses are trying to put themselves out there and trying to have people know that they exist and put out like their own stuff. And you see that they actually care about what they put out. Yes. Whereas like say we go to like another like a bigger business or like a bigger chain coffee shop or something, which is kind of funny. I can talk about small businesses and I have Starbucks sitting in front of me. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I was in a rush.
No, it's fine. I mean,
but like
no one. I mean, whatever.
You see, like the bigger ones, and like they're not. Like people go to there, and people already know about these places. But like, do they put in as much work into what the product is that they're putting out to you as these local businesses? Do they think about what they're putting in there and like how to curate towards their guests and their like target market? I mean, but it's not as like personalized as a small business. Like Create, they have those Create coffee stickers on every single one of their cups.
And I know Q, and he's great. Like that. He's I became like really good friends with them, and I even asked him. I was like, hey man, certain time, like whenever you're interested, he's like, yeah man, I know you have a podcast, anytime you're interested. And I'm just like, dude, I want to help you guys out in any way, shape, or form. Like this is awesome. It's just a good like healthy environment for you to help out people. There was a certain point whenever they were quarantining, like we were about to go into shutdown and stuff, my friend Donnie, he helped out Q and bought him a lot of these masks that he didn't know about. Like he didn't have access to all these, and Donnie bought a lot of these so he can help out the small businesses. And it's just so bizarre how much like Create can literally influence and inspire people to do that, to do some like stuff like that. And it's just like you build relationships to kind of like help you like keep going. And that's kind of like the most inspirational thing that I can think of, that like not just like the small businesses that like here, you're not wrong about like how we're not gonna mention their name, but like it's just like it's just crazy. You're not wrong that these small, there's the charm, there's a human charm that comes with that, and I think people are clamoring for more of that, especially like when I see your videos and I see like, I mean, you're talking in the background and it's just like, it feels emotional because now you're bringing in that emotion into this specific place, and it's not just a place anymore. It's just like, okay, it's an experience. How do we sell that experience? And it's not even about selling. It's how can you get somebody to go and see that experience or feel that or taste that? And it's just like, you have a gift there. And I think that's what's like, I don't know. I feel like for me, the best way for me to do it is like talking. I love to talk, and I love to kind of like put it. So I think once you find your niche, charm in that, and I just keep going at it. And so is your mom like your big inspiration? Because I feel like that she's like your, or is it, what does your dad do?
I'd say my whole family is.
Okay,
my mom is amazing. She's like a strong woman. She knows what she wants, and she does not stop until she gets it. She's one of the like most determined people I think I've ever met.
You're like one of the most determined people I've. I mean, to be honest, like I've seen like how many you put out there. I was just like, all right,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong.
But I like I said, like she knows what she wants and she gets it. Same thing with my dad and my stepdad and like my whole family. Like they're very determined and motivated people. And I think growing up being surrounded by motivated people also made me motivated. I mean, back at home, my brothers are very successful in what they do, just because they have like the charisma and everything you need to be, I guess,
charm
successful.
To kind of like sell it, and it's just like, no, you're not wrong. I feel like even just kind of like, just because I'm really good at talking, I'm very charismatic, so it's just that I can sell it, and it's just like it gets people like, let's do it, and that is a key thing to have in sales, I guess. I don't even know how to like say it without it kind of sounding like. It's not a corporate job. So, I mean, you just got to be able to know that business stems further than just the corporate side of like the big businesses. It's like the smaller stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because like at home in New York, like my brothers are pretty like well known in like the area. So like I'll go somewhere and I'll like not know a person there, and I'll like ring out or buy something, and the cashier will be like, "Are you a Longton? Are you like Dylan and John Longton's little sister?" And I'm like, "Yes,
they're
that's
like
me.
looking at you,
Hi,
just
ha ha ha." Like they, like my brothers, like I don't know how they do it, but they know so many people in like back at home. It's unreal. Like everywhere you turn, even when I went to school, people were like, "You're Longton?" I'm like, "Yep." Like, and I'm 4 hours away from home, so like it was
Longton.
Yeah, it's like weird, and like so when I came down here and like I didn't know anybody, and I was like, oh, kind of like a little bit of like a fresh like slate, I guess, and like let me go ahead and try to build and see if things work out here, and I can.
You're building that Longton name over here, like
name,
I mean,
the empire.
Honestly, people like the challenge.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's what you're saying is like I feel like you like the challenge. Like I feel like you like the you know what? I can prove them wrong. Boom, I'm gonna go.
And it's fun because then I get to like at the same time I get to network with these businesses and stuff like that, and it's important to network as well, and also treat anywhere that you work with like with the utmost respect. Like a majority of the time, like I have had a lot of videos where these owners will reach out to me and have me come in and make videos directly with them.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's. Like when I go, like I want to make sure I take care of like my wait staff when I'm there, or whoever like is with me. Like if I have a tour guide, like I make sure everyone who comes with me, or like usually they let me bring like a couple people, everyone brings cash, and we just tip out our people and like make sure that they're taken care of and everything, just to build like that representation that like I will go there and I will not be disrespectful towards your business.
Right.
I will help you like with your like marketing and post things for you. And then I'm also going to respect your team and respect your business. Whereas like the influencer culture, I feel like is a little scary because.
What do you mean?
There are some, I've heard of some like business owners that I've like talked to before where people will reach out to them, like influencers will reach out to them and be like, "Hey, I have this many followers. If I make a video for you, can I get this for free? Can I get everything for free if I put out a video?" And I'm like, I personally would not reach out to a business myself and be like, if I make a video for you, can I get everything for free, and like, oh, I should get this whole bill taken care
Right.
of right now because I'm an influencer and I posted a picture.
You're saying the
of me eating this
influencer.
food. I'm like,
You're saying the influencer is dirty. Like, I mean,
there are
there are
some. Yeah.
Yes, we're not. Yeah, like there's some influencers out there that, of course, they go above and beyond. But there are some. Yeah, I've seen some like that too. So you're not wrong in that sense. What does that say? What does that say about the person? Honestly, like.
It makes that it's why I don't say, like, I know people have said that I am an influencer, but I don't say that I am, because it like when I hear influencer, like I think of that kind of culture, whereas like it's weird because a lot of the times there are some influencers who just want free stuff and want to like bring their friends and have like a whole crew and like have all the clout and whatever and whatnot, and like that's cool, that's great, but like don't take advantage of where you're going to, like especially if it's like a smaller business or if it's a hairstylist or something. Like I've known hairstylists who are like good friends of mine who have had influencers reach out to them and be like, if I come make a video, will you give me my whole service for free? Okay.
Oof.
Yeah. Think about how much
like,
it is to
discount,
get your hair done.
Maybe like that's as far, but at the same time, not even at like just straight up like that. Oof,
yeah. And
no.
like it's so expensive too. Like getting my hair done, it's $200 right now to get my hair done.
I would spit my coffee out, but I won't. The only reason I'm saying that is because I mean, barbers, what do we pay, Justin? Like $20-$30 plus tip. Oh my God. Like that is a whole different realm. No, don't get me wrong. Like our roommate, she's also like, how much she spent? Like 150. Yeah. I'm like, excuse me, how much do you pay? And how many times do you go?
So I used to be platinum, like all the way to the root blonde. And I'd go once a month.
Oh, you're a natural blonde.
I'm a natural brunette.
Yes. And then you wanted to go blonde. Okay.
Yes.
So that's probably why it costs a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
never mind.
Yeah, it's expensive to go blonde. But I started to kind of like, I don't want to say ruin my hair, but like I didn't want hair fall.
Yeah. That's
so because it's a lot
like.
of bleach. And so I was like, let's start going back to brunette. So I'm not going to be paying that much anymore. I'm probably not anything really at all anymore. Like I'm just going to fill in my roots and just let them grow out. But before I used to go a lot and pay a lot of money. But when you think about it, like if you have someone who's reaching out to your business and it's like, oh, hey, I want $200 for free. Like I want to not give you your money and you're going to spend 6 hours on my hair and I'm going to post a video that might or might not do well. And the whole thing with TikTok's algorithm is sometimes I have videos that I'll work with and like sometimes I'll get like, okay, 15,000 likes. Cool. Like that's awesome. Yeah. Sometimes it'll get 400. And I'm like, because it didn't make For You page or it didn't get promoted as well on my like following page. So it's like, there's a chance that your video is not going to do well.
Yes.
So if you go in there and you're like, hey, I'm big and I do this and this and this, I should get this for free, post a video, and it doesn't do well, then who did you really benefit? Like that person did not get benefited from your video. Like there's no whatever. So like usually like when I do content and stuff like that,
you want to go to you want to make it up to like standards, high standards. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. And usually businesses will reach out to me and I'll like 100% work with them. And like some of these businesses who have like sponsored like videos that I've made with them, I still go regularly and pay for my drink and pay for my meal and pay for whatever I get there. It was just that one time, the one video that I made. That's totally cool. Like that's perfect. Like that was totally fine making that. Right. But I'm not going to go there and expect to get free stuff, or expect free things out of people. Like that's just not professional. And I think that's kind of an issue in some cases with like influencer world, because there are a lot of people who just expect to get things for free because they have. Especially
today's age. Like,
yes.
I would say and we'll talk about that. It's just the instant gratification. I think that's what that's whether that be followers, whether that be viewers, it doesn't matter. Or the amount of people that clamor to them, the money, it doesn't matter. It's just we're living kind of like right now in this age where instant gratification is a thing. Do you think that there's something wrong with that? I want to know your thoughts on that.
I do, because you have people who expect way too much out of other people. It's just like, think about like a customer service standpoint.
Okay.
Like I used to work in retail and I would have people who would come in and they would be so unkind because a coupon expired 2 years ago and they want to use it. And like I'm gonna say no, but they're gonna be like, well, one time I got honored this, and this isn't fair, and I'm a customer, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, okay, like think about like what your people are starting to demand too much out of other people. Like, and I think
the expectation. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Yes. And with some businesses, like, yeah, there are businesses that have the high expectations and are able to fulfill that. But if you come in thinking that you own the place and you're like in charge and you want to walk in and walk out with like a smile and whatever you have, like, of course you're gonna like have a good time in a business, but like there are some cases where sometimes I'll go to Starbucks and my drink is completely wrong or like whatever, and then I'll be like, okay, like thank you, have a great day, and I'll take it and I'll drink it, I'll try something new that day. But then you'll have the people who are like, are you kidding me? Like, I cannot believe that you gave me a mocha frappuccino when I asked for a mocha chip frappuccino. There are 0 chips in here.
Where's your manager
what?
at?
Yeah, like what, like, and it's that like where people are just starting to be so, I don't want to say like selfish because that's kind of harsh, but like people are starting to think that they deserve more in some cases than they do.
No, 100%. I mean, I work at Disney and I see it all the time. Like, you know, it just, and especially in the merchandise world, just like, whether it's a return, whether it was like from a year ago, it doesn't matter. It's just like, I think even just the golden standard that Disney has will allow them to kind of lash out. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if that's bad or good. Like I guess it's like also saying like maybe the customer isn't always right, and I can kind of stand by that. But also it's just like I work in a place where, you know, it's the customer that brings us everything. It's hard to kind of have a balance, and I think that's where I'm going with this. Is just like you see it everywhere, but what it sucks is that it happens to a lot of these smaller businesses, a lot of the places that don't have that they don't have that back end where they can kind of like you know, just okay, sure, yeah, we can just write it off. It's no big deal. They don't have that safety net, and so it's harder for them, and that's what sucks. And you're not wrong. Like and who knows, maybe like we went off of influencers and then now we're seeing it from like maybe just the customer standpoint. It's just, you're not wrong. There's just like this sort of thing right now where I don't know if instant gratification is good for people. I look at it even just like, even if you're baking something or if you're cooking something, it's just like that patience, and even just like relationships, like, you know, it's just like you kind of like just let it play out, and you know, we'll see. But you have something to say, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, like I think people, there are a lot of cases where people don't have patience anymore, and that's hard. It's hard. Like patience is, it's
kind of correlated with what it is, but that's what I think.
And like I mean I went to Walmart a couple weeks ago, and I was returning something that was like a big ticket item, and it was broken, and I was like, oh, this stinks, like I'll just go exchange it for a new one or whatever. Yeah. So I'm waiting in line, and there's this man in front of me, and the 2 people at the customer service were working with other guests,
right?
And they were having a hard time because one guest like was just giving them issues, the other guest like they had a big order, so it was just
it's funny how we call him guest. Yeah. I know, it's just we're so ingrained with calling it that, but keep going. I like where you're going with this.
But like, so this old man in front of me was just huffing and puffing, and he was like, oh, this is ridiculous. And it was like, it's been like 7 minutes. And I was like, sir, it's okay. And then this one of the customer service ladies like picked up the thing, and she's like, hey, can someone help me in the front? Like like things are getting kind of crazy up here and we really need help. Mm-hmm. And he goes, yeah, you do. Yeah, you need help. And he looked at me and he goes, right? And I go, sir, I think all you need is just a little more patience. And he goes, well, I'm not a patient person. And I go, well, yeah, I can tell that, sir. And then he looked over at me, like he just like rolled his eyes, whatever. So
you as a customer did that.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, I know. So, that's what's like, I think that's I'm like, admirable.
So then he goes up to make his return. He pulled out half-eaten potato salad. That's what he was returning. I was like, sir, you just waited 10 minutes to return half-eaten potato salad that was $4.
Like, yeah, like I was going to say less than like, $5.
Really? Like, is that really what is important to you?
What's going on in this world?
Like, is it really that hard to just be like, oh, you know what? This potato salad sucked. Let me just, throw it out and just not think about it again. No, instead, $4 is that important.
Right. Do you feel like it's because life is too easy?
Yes.
Like, Whoa. Okay, you went straight into it. Oh, no. Okay,
Yeah.
I like what you're saying. Okay, just let me kind of iterate. I think there's not a lot of stuff going on in people's worlds that they try to find the simplest things to lash out at.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So what do you think?
Well, we're in a world where you don't have to work very hard for a lot of things.
That's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it.
You really don't. Like
Samantha,
like I said,
that is the best way to put it.
And like that's the same thing with influencer culture and stuff like that. It does not take a lot of work for me to post a video.
No.
It takes me 7 minutes. I go in, I get my food, I take videos of it. I have like my little experience.
Yes.
I take videos of things that I think would be cool inside the video.
Yeah.
And then I leave, I go home, I
Edit
put it
it.
all together,
Yeah.
I edit it. It takes me about a half an hour.
Yeah.
It does not take that long.
And no, it doesn't. And what does that say? Like especially like for the people that, oh my God, just argue. I mean, like just I just kind of like I think it stems more deeply, and I think you're not wrong. Like you have your mental state's great. Like I'm just saying, like you can kind of keep going, push further. What do you think plays in a role? Like plays into that? Like is it just the fact that you're such a motivational person, such a great person, like I don't know, but like I feel like there's something there that I feel like everybody needs to learn. Maybe it's like discipline. I don't know. Like I'm just trying to think of like what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's
What
kind
do
of hard
what do
to
you think it
pinpoint
is? Like I don't know. It's like that's what you're like. There's no right or wrong answer here. I just think like what do you think?
It's kind of hard to pinpoint it. I think personally, like myself, like I have so much patience. It's unreal. Like I will
Do you
literally.
think it's patience?
I think it's patience for me, and being able to understand that a lot of things like take time. Like sometimes it's not gonna like I'm not gonna get to the job that I want to get to tomorrow. Like I am where I am right now because I need to put in the work where I am right now to get to where I want to be in the future.
Yes.
And I think having that mindset of like, it's not coming tomorrow, it's going to come one day if I keep putting in the work that I'm putting in right now.
It's like the small victories, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah,
yes.
is what makes me kind of the way that I am right now. Like right now with like having like my TikTok and stuff like that, like, I mean, I don't have, okay, it's saying, this is going to sound weird.
Be humble, girl. What are you saying?
I have a few thousand followers.
What?
But
a few thousand?
and like
what?
I'm not where I want to be with that.
That's good.
But I know one day there's a chance that I will. And like I'm willing to put in the work and to get to that point. But I know it's going to take time. It's not going to be something that's instant. I think that's why people give up so quickly too when they're like doing stuff like they'll post a video, it'll get like 100 likes and they're like, "Oh, I want to give up."
Do you think that's what that stagnates people too? Is that they only do? Let's just say they only post things that work, you know? And it's like that's another.
That's my issue.
Is that what your issue, or is that like everybody's issue?
That was my issue in the beginning. Is I only
really
posted Disney stuff,
That's
and I
right.
like restricted everything. And I was like, I need to branch out and try to do other things and try to figure something else out. And eventually, like, I started doing well on other platforms, and it takes a little bit of experimenting. It's not, you're not going to be an overnight superstar. Oh, no. Some people are, you know, like
I mean, true.
You've got like the meme girl,
the ones that make it,
the ones that make it, the ones who are like, who are doing very, very well right now. And that's good for them. 'Cause like they're able to do content that people enjoy. And that's really what it's all about. It shouldn't be about how big you are and how well you're doing. It should be about just like making yourself happy and making other people happy too. Like I said before, like I will post videos and not every single video is going to do amazing.
100%.
And I completely understand that is okay.
Yeah.
Like, and there are some people who
but
were like,
it wasn't in the beginning when you realized that. I would think it was like later. Was it later on and stuff like that?
It's been a little bit more recent.
Okay.
I mean, so I joined the TikTok Creator Fund.
What? The TikTok Creator Fund?
I
$1 billion
to join it. And
let's hear your experience with that.
my videos got, my views and my likes got cut literally in half. Actually, more than half.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. And that was what was tricky about it is I made the personal choice to leave the Creator Fund.
Okay.
Because I did not think it was benefiting
like
me.
what you were doing.
I'd rather have my video be like get out to more people and to make more people like happy and to have more people like enjoy my content than get paid.
Okay.
And I just did not think that the benefit of getting paid outweighed the cost of losing as many views and as many interactions as I had before.
I'd say you're still like fairly, not you as in, I mean, yeah, you too, but like your TikTok is fairly young.
Yes.
You know, so that's you selling yourself short, especially like when it comes to that. Maybe, yeah, you're not wrong. You probably did the best thing, and I think like especially like for you, your creative sense, it wouldn't have limited you, that would have limited you instead of like actually still doing your own thing, kind of like building it grassroots wise, and you're just kind of like slowly building off that. And I think that's where I'm going with this, is that I feel like a lot of people just end up and tell me if I'm wrong, because I mean, and I'd say like I can only speak for men, so
okay.
So let's just clarify that I am a moron. So, but here we go. It's the idea that I feel like a lot of more women tend to do a lot better in the social media platform than I feel like men would. I think, and this is what I use, was that men would end up having like one aspect that they're really good at, whether you're super funny, you're very fit, or you're just one that kind of like tends to really, and so they only do that one thing. And then women, they can be like, you know, if you're insanely beautiful, you're like, everything else kind of like brings up, like you can do a dancing video, oh perfect, you can do this, perfect. Do you think it's like maybe
yes,
there's some truth to that?
Yes.
Okay.
The bigger TikTokers and stuff like that, think about like Charlie D'Amelio.
Yes.
I don't like follow the bigger ones, just because I really don't care. But
I think someone just got insulted.
Oh no. But like, some of them posted like a video of them doing the most simple things ever, but because of who they are and what they look like and everything, they blew up. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
I didn't even say wrong. I just wanted to see if there was any acknowledgement there. Like, is there some truth to that? Like, I don't know.
I think they are amazing creators. Like, I think they do a really good job at being able to market themselves and being able to get themselves out there.
Well, hold on. I don't know about amazing creators. Putting out something with them doing nothing versus you doing like something, putting work. I think there's a big difference in that. Well, but that's what I mean. I don't even want to like throw them under the bus, but I mean, there's a difference between like a good creation versus a bad creation. And if the bad creation does really good, I feel like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't want to watch that. Like, you know what I mean?
There's that one video that's like, I think it's the most liked or most viewed video on TikTok. It's that one girl, it's like this, I'm gonna be, da, da, da. And the girl who like bobs her head. Yeah. That's like the most viewed or liked video on TikTok. I don't remember which one. For what reason? What was the reason?
Look, I'm over here twiddling my fingers, drinking coffee, thinking like, why the freak is it funny? Is it funny? Is it maybe funny?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I don't know the girl's name, but I know the video. I've seen it a million times. And like, and it's like, okay, like how did that get big? Or the other one where that girl who's like standing in front of her camera, and she's like, I can't swim, and like turns around and it's like her whole like ass.
Clearly,
like,
your For You
page
is different than mine.
And you're like, how did that get like 5 million likes? And then you come to someone who actually like the people who like do like their artwork and stuff. Oh my gosh, artwork TikTok is so awesome.
You can find anything on TikTok.
With the resin and like painting things.
And then like that fast, like that, like you can just like see it, and then like over a time lapse where it's like it's finished, and it's like, whoa. I see a lot of tattoo artists, so like that's the reason why I like it, and I'm just like, okay, this is like they do it so quick, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like that is art. Like that's something that I'm like liking 100%. Maybe just even just wanting to put it out. But then that, like, I think it's just like, would that be considered niche? Like, are they looking for just something funny, like something that, you know? I don't know.
I think I personally think that.
What do you personally think?
If like all of this existed when I was like 14, 15, I think I would have a completely different perspective on it. I think I would be doing the dances. I think I would be. Well,
that was Vine.
I know.
That was like around our age, like we were Vine was that was our thing, but it was not perfected. I feel like a lot of people, but there were some people that did good on it.
Yeah, David Dobrik.
I love him.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with him.
Juanpa, he's a Mexican one that I follow. He's great.
Yeah.
Lele and all these others. All these different.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's like so many that Twan was another one, but there was like so many like around our age that like that's a business for them. I don't know.
Yeah, and like. we had TikTok and Vine. I think Vine. I think I was like a senior or junior in high school when those things came out. But even thinking about like how we influence like younger girls in this generation now too.
Okay.
And how you see them on these platforms.
Yes.
And they're like, they look nothing like how I looked when I was 14 years old. When I was 14 years old, I had a center part that looked like I had a tent on my head with like my bangs, and like I had braces. I did not fill in my eyebrows, so I literally had like makeup all over my face.
Yes.
Like even my lips too. I just looked like a ghost, and like I had like the Justin Bieber fan club like written on my shirt, and then you have these girls who look like me, and I'm 25.
Like they look older than what they're perceived to be.
Yes, and I think like the influence right now with TikTok is like that's an influence that they're having on like younger audiences too. Is like, sometimes these girls are like watching girls like my age like dressing the way that I am, and I don't think I dress like that like crazy. I did in college, but like but they look up to girls who are like dressing differently, and so of course they're not going to look the same that I did when I was 14 years old, and like they're not going to go through that awkward phase that I did, which I'm really jealous. Like,
what do you think?
I think if this were around, I wouldn't have gone through my awkward phase.
Exactly.
I would not have gone through my awkward phase.
I think everybody had an awkward phase, but I be grateful that you had an awkward phase.
Yeah, I don't trust people who don't.
Exactly.
I don't trust
it's like,
people
what the
who
heck?
don't. If you're pretty your whole life, I'm scared. I am scared. I'm so scared. I don't know what to think.
It's your genes. I don't like you. Like, get out of here.
If you didn't have to put any effort into that, I am just like, you didn't have braces once.
You're just perfect. What is wrong with you?
You didn't have braces for 9 years? That's weird. You didn't have a unibrow once? That's weird.
You didn't cut yourself? Like,
didn't, like
that's
cut your like
cool.
face, like my acne, like all over myself. Like,
what do you think? Why? What do you think that is? Like, why? Is it the idea of like technology, the social media, that did all that? Is it just I don't know. I'm trying to grasp my hand about it because you know how I'm thinking about how fast that we got like when you think of like razor phones and you think of like all these different technologies that literally are nothing compared to like when the iPhone came out, and then everything kind of just like rapidly just started like going into like these social media platforms like Instagram when that came out, Twitter when that came out. Is it social media that kind of like got us to do that?
Yeah, it's just like a rush to grow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
they're not kind of like living.
We didn't see. We did see like adults. We saw like Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift back in the day and stuff like that. So like we didn't feel the rush to grow up the way that I think people do now. Whereas like you'll see like these influencers who are a lot younger than me, and they look older or they look the same age as me, and then you have like younger girls who are like, oh, that's what I should look like, that's what I should be like, I want to be like her, I want to look like that, and like just completely skip trying to find who they are like personally themselves and just want to be like that person. Like,
so they skip who they really are to be this person, and they try to mold themselves into do you see it as bad? Like I think of it maybe because maybe from like suicide rates and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot more women that get that I feel like it would get torn down if their social media isn't looking as good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's the pressure to be perfect.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like that pressure for women is definitely more than men. I feel like I mean I care at the same time. I kind of like don't, but it's like that pressure isn't there for men like how it is for women.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's like a problem? Like I feel like there's like a problem coming, or like is it already here where it's like, man, like I'm scared even because my youngest nephew and my niece too, they want to create a YouTube page, like, and I think that's like they just like I created it and be creative, but they're 5 years old, and at that point it makes you think like, whoa, wait, hold on, I don't even know if this is like good. I don't know if like this is like something that I feel like should be ideal. That's my other roommate. But it's like there's something there that I feel like should, I don't know if there should be like restricted, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe let them just go live like as kids and not be so ingrained into social media.
Yeah, I think it's hard because that's young. And I think I am the way that I am right now because I didn't have such a social media influence on my life until later
on.
in high school.
You knew like, your life before technology and social media, and then after.
And whereas like children now just know their whole life is TikTok, and they're singing WAP, and you're like, what is going on? like of course, like we sing My Neck, My Back, and there's not that much of a difference right there. But at the same time, there's such a pressure on like younger girls right now to grow up, and I think it's heavily influenced by social media.
Yeah.
And they want to be big. They want to be the influencer. They want to like have all the followers and have all the clout and have the money and the fame and whatever. And like it's hard because you don't want to spend your whole life thinking that's it. All.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like you want to make sure you branch out and you're your own person, and you can like grow up and
right.
actually like have your own personality, and like not have to curate yourself towards being like someone. Like
yes.
be like yourself. And I think social media is hard because it curates like kids and like other people to want to be like other people instead of being like themselves. And
yes.
I think that's kind of hard because like it's just like it just kind of it sucks because it's sad to see, I guess.
Yeah, it sucks because I feel like there's no stopping it for me. Like that, there's like unless it's like my children, I feel like I'll be like, oh, no, yeah. I'll try to do something different. But like, and I look at everybody else, and I'm just like, whoa, man, like this is. I don't know if it's healthy. Like, you know what I mean? No. That's what I mean. It's just like, it's like they lose a sense of reality just because of this artificial reality that they're wanting to be in.
Yeah.
And they want to be into that 24/7. And it's kind of mind-boggling because I don't know if you saw it was on Netflix. It was called The Social Dilemma.
I didn't see it,
but you saw it, and it was great. It was a great little documentary. Mm-hmm. And I had somebody on here. He had no social media. He only had, you know how we use Facebook for Disney and to kind of like get through all that stuff. He has no social media. He uses just Facebook just so rarely, just so he can pick up shifts and stuff like that. But I wanted him to come on just to get his perspective on like, well, why he doesn't have social media. Like, what is, do you feel better? He's like, honestly, yeah. And I'm not on the side of getting social media out. I'm just on the side of like disciplining it and like making sure that there's probably a limit of how much I want to take. And I was like, dude, you're not wrong. I mean, just kind of like even, I think limiting it kind of like helps you have a healthy conscience, but there's plenty of other people that aren't us that had like a bad mental state, maybe just because of quarantine and all this other stuff that I feel like maybe just need cleansing. Like I feel like just kind of cleansing yourself out of social media maybe could be. I'm totally speculating. I don't know. I'm a moron.
Yeah, you're not. Social media just kind of like takes over. Is like taking over people's lives completely, and you can tell too. I mean, for myself, like even when I sometimes, and I'm guilty of it too.
No,
actually,
we fall guilty to it a lot.
Sometimes like I get a little nervous or anxious if I'm posting something.
Oh,
and
okay.
Like
why?
I don't know. Like there's just, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a feeling of just being anxious, of like, is this okay? Are people going to like this? Like kind of thing, like nervous. And then
like before you post or
before, and sometimes even a little bit after, I'm like, is this going to do well? Like, did I post it at the right time? Like,
oh, that's weird. That's interesting.
Yeah,
now I'm going to say weird. That's interesting.
I like curate my posts to certain times of the day. I don't.
For the algorithm.
Yes.
Okay.
I like kind of like look through. I don't have a pro account on TikTok anymore, so I can't see my analytics on TikTok anymore. But I used to. And
that was whenever you had your creator page.
That was when I had the creator fund, and to avoid the creator fund, I put myself on personal.
So you can't get your analytics unless you're in the creator. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's weird.
You can if you have a pro account.
Okay.
That's allowed, and you don't have to have a certain amount of followers for that, I don't think. But I put myself on personal because I don't want them to pull me back into creator.
Gotcha.
And
that makes sense.
And then have to get everything
that makes
all
sense.
messy.
Yeah.
But like there are some times where like I will get nervous or like anxious and stuff like that something's not going to do well, or it used to be like all I would think about. And then one day, I don't know what clicked in me, but I just like sat there and I was like, why am I obsessing over this?
Yeah.
Like, why do all of those likes matter to me? Like, why does that, like, what does that to anybody, like if it's just making me anxious all the time, like if I'm just like sitting there thinking like, oh my gosh, if this only gets 200 likes, like what am I gonna do? Like what's gonna happen?
What does that say about me?
Am I not like big, or like is it am I okay? Like
it's that inner monologue that you're having with yourself.
And I was like, I need to stop. I need to chill out and like forget about like likes and comments and shares and whatever. Like I need to just pull it back a little bit and just be okay that sometimes not every video is going to do amazing.
Yes.
Like not every video is going to get 1,000 likes, and that is okay. Like that's totally fine, and that's something that it took me a very long time to kind of like settle with.
Yeah.
Because this is like a very recent like settlement I've had. Like I'd say within the past like couple of weeks, I've just started to like be like,
that's interesting.
It's okay if it doesn't do well. It's okay if it doesn't get like 1,000. Like that's fine. Like I won't be upset. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm going to make another video, and maybe that one will do better.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, and I was just kind of like scrolling through all your TikToks and stuff like that. You're right. Like the viewerships on some of them kind of will go lower, some will go higher, some will like they would be around the same 80,000, whatever. And I just think it's like it's interesting because I think even then once I think you've realized that it kind of like didn't limit you on your creativity on where you wanted to go. You just started like saying, I don't care. I'm just going to post it up there.
Yeah.
And that's the best way. Like I saw the one of the axe throwing place and I was like, that was really, I actually considered going there so many times. Is it the one right there next to the coffee shop?
It's right next to Kitty's.
Yeah. Wait, that one?
Yeah.
No, never mind. I'm thinking of the one down.
It's right next to Kitty's.
I'm thinking of, I want to go to that one now. But there was one downtown, but it's like next to a coffee shop that I thought that's what it was. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I want to go check it out. But see, that's the thing. Like, I think where I'm going with this is that I feel like once you stop caring about what you put up there, I think life kind of becomes easier. And I mean that in the sense of like even this artificial life that you're putting on social media. But it's so glamorous. I feel like everybody falls victim to it all the time. The last picture I posted, it was like one of me just like out in the wilderness, like looking amazing. And only had like 85 likes, and I'm just kind of like whatever. At the same time, but you're not wrong.
Yeah. See, Instagram is like a different beast for me. I put a lot of work into my pictures.
Yes.
I edit.
That's why I transitioned to Instagram. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, I Photoshop those pictures more than
what?
You'd know.
So it's not you?
And I think that could be a little bit of an effect of how like social media has kind of gone into my brain a little bit. 'Cause like I don't need to edit my pictures.
No, of course not.
But I do because it makes me feel happier. Like if I think that I need to just edit a little bit and like brighten my eyes, brighten my hair,
there's nothing wrong with having standards.
I'm cool with that, you know.
Like yes,
I'm fine with like I'm not gonna be like uncomfortable. I'm not gonna pull my body in to make myself look like a pencil, but I am gonna like soften, like if I have acne, I'm gonna soften my face a little bit. Like if like, you know, if a hair, like one of my hairs is like being all weird, like I'm gonna find a way to get rid of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not my body. It's more or less just like other things in the picture that I just doctor to make like not look wrong. But there is one one picture that you can't
put it
really
through
tell. I'll show you.
You put it through the filter so many times where it's like, all right, this looks good.
I edited this picture from when I went to Ginny Springs.
Yeah.
I went on, my hair was just like so bad. It was right when we left to quarantine.
Yeah.
So like my hair was like super grown out, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this looks so bad. And like I went to the spring, and like my friends and I were taking pictures. Yeah. And like when I was on the way home, I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, like I need to edit this picture. Like it looks so bad. Like how am I supposed to like, I don't know, not have hair that looks like that. And it was
I would love to see this picture.
I'm trying to find it. It was like super grown out, and it was so gross looking.
Hey Justin, you mind turning off that light right there?
It looked like that. Okay, so that was my hair normally.
That's your normal. That's the normal.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an awesome spring.
And
right? Yeah, I was like, what?
And I was like, I can't post this because my hair looks so bad, but the spring looks so good.
Oh my God. I'm the one that's going to call out people's shit and be like, stop, just fucking post it.
Well, so I Googled hair. I Googled blonde hair.
You Googled blonde hair?
Blonde hair.
What?
And I Photoshopped someone else's hair on my head.
Are you hearing this right now?
does it look unnatural until I tell you?
Well, it looks natural now that you tell me.
But
I
now
mean,
that I tell
if you didn't tell me,
you wouldn't have known.
I wouldn't have known.
But that's my most
Bro.
embarrassing one. But
That's
nobody knows.
Crazy.
Nobody knows I did that. Well, now, but.
Oh, a lot of people will know now. I mean, that's but
You're super honest about it.
Yeah, I did
yeah,
it. I took someone else's hair and I put it on my head.
That's insane.
But it doesn't look bad.
Of course, it doesn't look bad.
And that's
but
what
I'm
my
just
hair looks
saying,
like when it's
you're
actually
insane.
done.
I'm just
And that's what my hair looks like when it's actually done. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not really lying.
No, you're not. And
Maybe I am, but it's
sure.
fine. We just
I love your
won't.
honesty. I do. I 100% applaud you for it.
It's fine.
Have you seen those the ones where you can actually filter out your face, like the
Yeah, those scare me.
dude, creep me out.
How am I supposed to do that?
I don't know. I have a friend, and he's a cosplayer. He's a great guy. But he has been posting like so many videos of like him cropping his face into these like movies.
Yeah.
And so it'd be his face on all these movies, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy for me to just kind of see that. And then I saw this one like on Snapchat. It was like the one where you can kind of turn yourself into a woman, and it like I look like my mom. Like I literally look like my mom, and I'm just like, well, Mom, look at this. This is crazy. And I was just kind of like this is crazy how far we have gotten from like Googling hair all the way to all these like different filters that people are just wanted to go to. Did you see that anime one?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's crazy.
Those are so weird.
Yeah.
I get scared of them.
I'm big into anime, so that's why I thought it was pretty cool. But I don't mess with it as much.
Yeah, it freaks me out. I'm like, oh my gosh,
doesn't it?
like what? I mean, I like the like gender swap ones. I think are kind of funny. I like sent my friend Dalton. I sent him like a picture of himself as a girl, and I was like, do you think she's hot?
Dalton, if you're listening to this.
He was like, bro, I would know my nose anywhere. That's me. I was like, damn. I was like, how you were so smart, because I was like, I think she's hot. Like, but
that's hilarious.
It's like it's funny because some of them look so like real, and you're like, wow, like how does that look like that? Like,
dude, that could start worse. Like,
oh yeah, I was gonna make a Tinder, but then I was like, maybe it's a little too far. I was like,
that's a little too far.
I was like, I can't catfish.
Why would you do that to
all
those poor women?
People.
All those poor men, they're just looking at you.
Can't catfish people. I can't bring myself to do it, but it was really funny.
There are people that do it.
I was like, I wonder if people would match with you if you had a Tinder.
Just you know how. And we're talking about dating apps here, but you know how like there's some that just use Tinder, just like, hey, follow me on Instagram.
Oh, I hate those.
You can just do that.
Facebook too. Facebook, when people post on like those pages and they're like, hey guys, looking for friends. Here's the Instagram follow train. I want friends. And then they post their Instagram and they don't follow any of those people back.
Hell no.
There's no shot none of those people are going to
It's the most artificial thing that I have, and it's the fakest thing I've seen for humans ever.
Yeah, that is so fake. I'll never do that. I'll never be like, hey guys, like follow me on Instagram and like let's be friends, because 99% of the time when you follow that person, they are going to big league you and they are not going to follow you back.
Exactly.
And you're going to be like, oh, okay, well I guess like I hate
what's
myself too. Like
exactly.
That's fine. Like, thanks.
It's just especially because I see it a lot here, to be honest. And I mean, I'm from Texas, and definitely there's like pockets out there that kind of have that same sort of aura. Here, I feel like a lot more people are clamoring to get in touch, be together, and the best way to do it, I think, for them is through social media, which is fine, perfect. I'm not saying that, but I just feel like here, people are clamoring to have like friends and do all these different things, and it's just like. It's the Disney bubble, the amusement park bubble that I feel like everybody just kind of like falls victim to all the time, saying like, oh my God, yeah, let's be friends, let's go to the parks, and just enjoy. I'm just like,
I think people like post those thinking that like they're just gonna get a huge following, and then like, oh, I'm an influencer now, thanks for the 15 followers I got from that post, like I'm huge, but like. And that's what bothers me too, is I used to like people would post in it and I'd be like, oh, and I'd follow them and they just would be like, oh, bye.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
oh, okay.
Literally.
It's really awkward now.
It's crazy. It's just like I see all these different ones that I've like I guess like seen kind of like grow throughout the time I've been here, and it's just crazy because I wanted to be a Disney person also.
Oh, yeah.
And I was,
everybody
don't we all
did.
here? Yeah. It's just like, once you get in here, oh my God. I think even just seeing like the worst parts of it, I was just kind of like, this is not what I want to do. I feel like it's very, fake, not fake. I don't know the best way to put it. Yeah, I think it would be fake, but it's just it's very artificial that I don't think that anybody would take me serious.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think I would have just an issue managing another Instagram account that's not my own.
Yes.
Like I already have like enough like of work just like doing my own, and then I have like my little Finsta, but like I don't post on my I don't think I've posted on my Finsta since like I think maybe college. That's just like the one that I use that like say I don't want someone to know that I looked at their story. It's my Finsta. I'm gonna look at your story.
I heard of a Finsta like 2-3 weeks ago. That was the first time I've ever heard of it.
What?
I think it's the most stupidest thing.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's so bad. And I'm just kind of like, why would you do that? Why would you make another account?
Yep.
To see somebody else's account, I guess. But it's like also just the idea of like, let's just get a group of people together and just talk shit.
Make a fake Insta. Well, my fake Insta was like, my Finsta was more or less like, it was just embarrassing videos that were funny in college that I posted on it that I don't want like employers to see. Like,
so that makes sense.
It's not like, they're not like bad. It's not like me like stripping on a table. It's not like anything like that. It's not like crazy.
Samantha.
It's literally me like, I don't know, saying like with a beer helmet on, like drinking with a beer helmet on. Like that's it. It's not nothing like, it's not like crazy. It's not like an OnlyFans situation where I just like have that. Like it's not like anything there. It's just like, which no offense to anybody who have OnlyFans, I'm jealous of you if you do, because I don't have the.
I was about to say, what do you think about that?
I don't have the energy. I personally think I would not be able to do it because I just don't think I have it in me. But I respect people who do. I think if you have an OnlyFans, I'm like good for you. I'm not like upset. Like I think if you got to make your money, live your best life, and then a lot of people make a lot of money off of that. But yeah, what I was saying from the Finsta, like it's not like, I don't know, it's not anything bad. It's just like stuff I wouldn't want a lot of people to see.
Yeah.
And then I just use it just in case of like, say someone posts something on their story and I don't want them to know it was me, then I'm like, let me just go look real quick through the Finsta. They'll never know.
They'll never know.
Because it's like, it's so disguised too. It's like, it's so funny, but I'll show you.
After the podcast.
It's like very disguised. Like you would have no idea.
It's a guy that's like, you see on the little circle icon.
Yeah. It's like,
hey, so is this guy following you? It's like, I don't know. How do you know it's a guy? Like, it's weird.
You'd have no idea.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's like my little persona.
There's just hidden side of you, Samantha, that
nobody knows.
Like nobody knows.
Yeah, and no one will know. And I don't follow any of my friends. I don't follow anybody. I don't follow myself. I don't follow anybody. So even if you go to it and it's like, it says like who's being followed, nobody.
That's crazy. Uh-huh. Stop it. You're scaring me right now.
You never know. You never know.
You don't. That's
you have no clue. That's the thing. That's a scary thing, but it's fine.
It's mind-boggling because I think a lot of people just want to not be them.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't take it to the extreme, but I feel like a lot of people would take it to the extreme.
Oh yeah, no, mine's definitely me.
Like it's a petty thing, but it's like I think a lot of people want to kind of like have this alter ego to them, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, how far can I go?
It's like a private hidden version of me.
Yes.
Like no one really knows that it's there. Like it's not linked to anything of mine.
Oh God.
You would have no idea.
Sam, I don't know. I can't even say that because I feel like a lot of people do it. So it's just whatever. Idea. But okay, let's go back to TikTok for a bit.
Okay.
So where do you see the future of it going? Like, do you see like, speculating wise, we're not going to be 100% right, but it's just like advertisements and stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of people are coming to you for the sponsorships and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like a lot of people, especially with the who bought it out?
Oracle and Walmart, I believe.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy
because I feel like Walmart and Oracle partnering up. There you go. Living their best lives.
I know.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's them because I think
so.
I think it's that little crew right there.
Yeah. Mitch came. He said, "Yeah, they just got bought out," and I was like, "For real? From who? Walmart and this other company called Oracle." And I was just like, "What does Oracle do?" I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, but I feel like with Walmart kind of buying it out, I feel like now the advertisements are going to come up for all of that. For Walmart stuff specifically, maybe. Am I wrong?
I don't know where that's gonna go. I actually had this conversation before, and I was like, even if TikTok, like when it was facing the ban, I was like,
you didn't stop.
I didn't stop.
Yeah.
And I was like, I won't stop until it's gone. And if it does disappear, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. I lived my best life. I had a good time, and I'm done. Like, I'll go do other things now. Like, it's not going to be the end of me. I think posting on it's going to be a little bit, I think things are going to change with it. I'm not sure if it's going to be negative or positive. I don't know how things are going to be more curated, because I know personally things have been changing. With the creator fund and everything. From your perspective, from my perspective, things have been changing. Like, videos have been, like I said, with creator fund and with like everything else, like videos have gotten less popular, I guess, and those who are already big creators are doing better. So those who are like kind of like smaller creators are like not doing as well as we used to, and bigger creators are living their best lives.
Wow. Post creator fund.
Post creator fund.
Okay. Whoa, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm trying to think of like how that's correlated.
Me too, but it's very interesting, because I watched a TikTok the other day of this one person who is like they have like a little bit, they have like more followers than me, under 100,000, but over 45.
Okay.
And they were saying that they joined the TikTok fund, and like their views got cut, like everything got cut. They quit the fund, and still it's like stagnant. And they're like, what's going on? Like, why is this happening? And it's happening more often than less, and we don't really know why.
Right.
And like, I don't know why, and like maybe if this gets posted on the internet, I'm gonna get shadow banned for saying this. But like, is it because we got like we were part of the TikTok creator fund, and now we're gone, and are we like in trouble for not being on it anymore? Or like,
it's kind of like a way to kind of punish you guys. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the way to do it. I don't know, because I don't even think the creator fund is permanent. I feel like it's something very temporary.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm like kind of like I don't think, I don't know. And I look at it, I guess the patterns. I guess like everybody just tries to look at patterns and stuff like that. And it's the idea that I don't think TikTok was ever gonna go away, to be honest. After like that whole ban thing, I was like, nah, I don't think so. Someone's gonna buy it. But
it's gonna stay.
Exactly. And so because of that, I thought I was like, okay, where is it gonna go? Because it is ginormous. It's like up there with like Instagram, like Snapchat, everything. And it's just like in a matter of 2 years, like it's been around for a little bit longer, I feel like.
Yeah, wasn't it Musical.ly or something?
Yes, it was like something.
Musical.ly. I was like, I remember cringing when I saw those videos. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Once it perfected itself, it was kind of like, okay, where is it going to go from here? How is it going to like be implemented? And I think the talks are going to be coming up to where I think it's going to be more on the other side of it's not going to be creator fund anymore. It's going to be something else.
Yeah.
And as a creator, that's the reason why I'm saying like, was that going to stagnate you from like actually like wanting to do something different? Because I'm like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, do you have a YouTube? And I was just like,
I thought about creating YouTube.
That'd be a great idea. Like I would watch it.
I think I'm gravitating towards starting one. It's hard because I don't know what I want my first video to be. I don't know how to film it.
It's always the interesting part.
And I have to consider that I'm not going to be filming vertically. It's going to be horizontally for YouTube. So when I go and do these things, I have to do 2 angles every single time I go somewhere.
Just like that.
Yeah,
literally.
Every single time I go somewhere. So I have to take in consideration like the configuration. I can edit videos. I can do stuff like that. Yeah. Like when I first was going to college, I was going to go for like video production and stuff like that. So I can like edit things and like produce. I wanted to produce like shows and like write for television.
What?
And then I quit. So I changed to PR instead, but I really love doing YouTube videos and making stuff like that. But it's hard because like you have to consider when you're out filming the angles and everything and remember to do both, because I have a horrible memory where I'll just remember to just do like this and be like, okay, we're good. Then get home and be like, oh,
crap, those black lines.
That was going to be my first YouTube video, and now I can't. But, I think I'm kind of thinking about going towards YouTube. I tried Reels and I hated it.
Ooh, I've never heard. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know that much. I don't know how many people are in Reels. So that's why I was like,
it's not user friendly at all. Like, it's so hard to use. TikTok is so easy.
True.
And then sometimes if I am having a hard time with TikTok, I use Splice.
Yes.
And TikTok is so easy, but like, I don't know what it is with Instagram Reels, but the videos are shorter. You can't do your sounds. And like, now people are bringing their sounds over from TikTok.
They download the whole TikTok and then they just put it on Reels.
Yes. And then it'll show up and it'll say like, that's their original sound, which is like interesting because it'll be like whatever song that is from like TikTok and whatever.
Right.
And then it says like this person who posted on Reels, like that's the creator. Like, are we going to run into copyright? Like, is that going to be an issue? Like,
I'm just surprised we haven't reached that with TikTok.
Yeah.
To be honest. And okay, so and this is the reason why I'm saying this, just because I have like, I play drums and I just do like drum covers on those songs. And I'm just like, is it like a certain time limit that you can do and all this other stuff? And so that's the reason why I bring it up. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But I don't know. I just think that Reels is not as superior as TikTok is. And you're not wrong. I don't know how that they would market it, especially is it just going to be like on your Instagram as like one of those like what's that TV thing, the one that they have, like it's just
IGTV
I don't even know what that is.
Pay attention to that either.
I don't either, but it's just crazy.
Yeah. And like that is like hard because with like the whole copyright thing is like, I don't know how I haven't run into copyright on TikTok, because like there was one video that I put out when I was more with Disney like stuff. And it was, I took like the Jason Derulo song,
Which one?
and then it was like, tonight take me to the other side, that one.
I just want to hear you sing this.
No. I took that one and I put in the Magic Band song, like the Magic Band ding.
Oh, okay.
And
so you get copyrighted for that?
No, and it like went viral. Like there are so many uses of that sound, like over I think a couple thousand.
So you would be the original. Mm-hmm. What does that say? Do you
I
pay
don't know.
for
Am
it?
I gonna get in trouble?
I don't know. Like it's like
like, did I just throw myself on the bus? Am I getting in trouble for this? Because I know there's one Disney TikToker, and there are a couple of Disney TikTokers who followed me because of that sound. And they told me, they're like, oh, we found you from that. And I was like, oh, and I hung out with like a bunch of Disney people one day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they're like, oh, so we're gonna do more Disney stuff? Are you gonna do like more resorts? What are you gonna do with it? And what parks are you gonna post around? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't think I want to do anything with Disney. But I do. I love Disney World. I think
you're like, they're so fake.
I love Disney World. Yeah, you're saying that.
You're not saying it. You're such a nice person. I'm not.
I love Disney World with all of my life. And like, I don't want to take the chances of saying something that I shouldn't about the company, if that makes sense. Like,
it makes total sense. I mean, it's just like, and this is the reason why I feel like even just kind of like compare, like I'm going to have another one episode Friday with a group called Theme Park Bros. They talk about,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so they were interested, and I was just like, yeah, man. It's like, would you want to come to our podcast? Like, yeah, as long as you come to mine. And we agreed on it, and we were just like, that's fine. Awesome. But that's the reason why I like it, is because the only reason I don't want to consider myself a Disney one is because that same reason alone that you have like Florida and all this other stuff. It's just, I don't know if I want to be a Disney fanatic on that sense, because there's this MMA fighter that I used to go to this gym, and I want him to come on. And I just don't want to be affiliated with Disney, kind of just saying like this is that's going to stagnate me. So I can understand what you mean by that.
Yeah, you don't want to curate everything to one audience, because if you curate to one, then that's the only audience you're going to get. Yes. If you curate to multiple and you say like, okay, like how only Disney people are going to follow me if it's Disney TikTok. That's it. That's only that's it. But if I do Orlando, like so put some Disney, some Disney in there sometimes, put some Universal in there sometimes,
like pepper in a little bit,
places, beaches, kayaking, wherever, then I'm going to get a bigger audience and I'm going to have a bigger following because if I just keep that small market, then that small market is all I'm going to ever have. And then people are going to be like, oh, like you're just Disney, like you're just a Disney person. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, but now I'm more than that.
Exactly. Casey, when she was talking about like a lot of stuff like with travel and stuff, that literally like that one episode did so well, and I was just like I gotta do more. I was like I want to do more of like a travel. More people actually wanted to kind of like talk about that stuff, and it's like yes, Disney is a part of that, but it's just not all of it. And that's the reason why it's everything you're saying is just 100% I think just true. Like I will never say badmouth Disney, but there are some pros and cons, like, and I'm not afraid to say it. So it's just like, because of that, it's just like, I know I'm with the company, but at the same time, it's like, listen, I'm also somebody that enjoys the parks, and I want to enjoy them at the best possible way that I can. And a lot of people do. So and because of that, I think that's what kind of like stemmed this idea of like just talking. So this is the reason why I like it. Yeah.
And I do really enjoy Disney as a whole, and like going to the parks and being around here. Like, they're a huge part of my life. And I don't think I honestly would ever have anything like negative to say, because I've had such an incredible experience so far. Whereas like I don't have anything like, I really don't have anything
to complain about.
I don't have anything to complain about.
And like, that's totally okay.
Yeah. And like 100%. I love where I am and like everything. And I can't see myself like just not liking that, but it's the only thing is what I was saying before is like, that can't be my personality. My personality is not Disney.
You're
my
not
personality
Disney.
is my personality.
Yes.
I do love Disney, but I also love all of these other things. And that is why I curated all on my channel, because I'd rather have that all shown rather than just one thing, because one thing, then you're just limiting yourself.
Yeah. To be honest, and that worked. Yeah. So that's the reason why from that point, it's like that screams true to what I want to do. And so because of that, that's why like I wanted to have you on, because I was like, I love everything that you put on that is like that isn't Disney, and that's the reason why I was like, oh man, I did not know about this place. And that's as a Floridian now, I don't even know what considers a Floridian now, but I'm like, I want to go to visit those places, and it's like boom, and for being here in Florida, I was like, no, I don't want to just be. I know I live in Orlando, I know all this stuff, but I want to go visit Florida, not just Disney.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think at that point, anybody that does Disney, I feel like kudos to you guys. I'm so glad that y'all can try to find a way to do it and like find so much. Like, I just think that's a headache for me, and like honestly, that's just like. Let's just talk about Disney when we talk about Disney, and then that's just me. So
it's hard.
Exactly. Sure. So let me ask you this, and we're getting close to hour and a half. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yes. No, we're still going good. No, we're still going good. But let me ask you this, because at this point, you're an amazing TikToker, and anybody that like, I will put her TikTok down below and everything like that, just so you know where to find her. What's going to be next? Like, what do you feel like is next for you? What is because if you talk about small businesses, I feel like you would run your own business. Like, I feel like you have you have like this whole net, and not a lot of people are entrepreneurs that can do that stuff. Yeah. And that's the reason why I was asking you, like, what's next for Samantha?
I'm in grad school right now.
Yes.
I'm in grad school for social media marketing. I think eventually I do want to go somewhere else and do like social media marketing for like a bigger brand or a bigger company. Right. So I think having the experience, I do utilize TikTok right now as a tool of getting experience in network and marketing with businesses, because that's something that when I graduate and I have my marketing master's degree, or like my social media marketing degree.
You have that also.
Yes. So when I like graduate and have that, and I go to a job interview and they say, what's the experience you have? Not only do I have that experience from my undergrad and then from my master's program, but I also can implement my own like TikTok and being like, or in my own social media and being like, hey, these are businesses I've worked with before. They actually send me, a lot of the businesses I work for send me stats and stuff of what happened after I post a video.
Oh, wow.
And they show me like what happens in their analytics, like how their views are up, if their likes are up, like whatever and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I can see and kind of like laid out there. So those things I save for my own portfolio. So when I am in an interview and going to be something or going to do something else, then I have a little bit of a background and I have a little bit of an understanding of analytics and what to put into an advertisement or what to put into like a social media post or something that can generate like more traffic for that business. Okay. And I think that would be a really important asset. So right now, what I have is like, I'm doing what I'm doing right now to build for my future. I guess if you could say, like, I am doing all these posts and going to all these places and working with all these businesses because I know one day in the future, the benefit is going to be more than a free cup of coffee.
Yes.
The benefit is going to be being able to show that I know how to like manage myself with a business and know how to work with these people and know how to curate towards their shops and towards what they want other people to see.
Wow,
so
that's awesome.
I think right now I don't know what's next, but hopefully it's something in like the social media world. But right now I'm just building. So hopefully I'll get somewhere.
Yeah, even I feel like even just you just doing your own business, I feel like that's like I feel like that's gonna happen. Like honestly, that's why I'm like that's you're creating so much traction there that I'm just like, she's gonna open up something and brand herself into something, and I'm just gonna be like, you ever seen like those like review shows where they're just like, so this is Samantha's top 10 places, and then have a reality TV show or something like that. I feel like you could like totally do that.
Oh, I would love that. I would live my best life.
Honestly.
I would have so much fun. Or even like opening my own little like coffee shop. You know, I'm getting all these like, I'm looking at all these places like, oh, I could do that.
Dude,
like,
the best drug in the world.
Really cute.
Honestly.
Like I could find a way, but like probably not here because I think the market for coffee shops is too saturated here.
How dare you?
Somewhere else.
Really?
I think I would have to go to like, honestly, I'd have to go home. There's nothing
Okay.
there.
Well, yeah, New York.
If you want to be successful, you gotta
maybe
go somewhere where
shop,
you're gonna be unique and you're gonna put yourself aside from everyone else. Whereas there are so many places here that like I think there would be way too much competition. I would have to go somewhere where there's no competition and I'm the only one.
It's a little selfish of you.
Not selfish if I'm doing good for the community.
You should make it remote. Just kind of like take it wherever. Because that food truck idea, I was just like, that's a brilliant idea.
I know.
I was like, wow.
That's a good one.
No, yeah, 100%. Well, we have reached an hour and a half, and we are okay. So, like, I've hit a lot of the key things that I've wanted to hit at. I don't know, like, if you had any questions or anything like that, you can always ask. But it's like at the end of this, I usually just end up plugging you and what you essentially are going to be doing next. This is the reason I asked also. But I don't know. What's the last things that you want to say?
I don't really have that much. I really do appreciate you for like having me come hang out
100%,
for the morning,
dude. Yeah,
you know.
Thanks
like,
for the coffee. Like this was like awesome. I love it.
This is pretty cool, and I've never done anything like this, so I was like very nervous. I'm definitely less nervous now, which is good.
No, yeah, 100%. You'll be on again. Like we'll have more stuff to talk about. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, but I do appreciate everything and being on here.
Dude,
living
awesome.
my best life for the morning for you.
100%. 100%. Well, guys, we're going to end it here. This is another episode of The Slice of Life. Samantha Longton, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here with us. Thanks for, honestly, the coffee. I think it's amazing. I mean, it's just early in the morning. That's why I was like craving it. But, guys, I'm going to put her information down below. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe. Do whatever you can to support this channel. I'm going to support Samantha as much as she can because honestly, she is growing, and I envy people that can do a lot of small business and help small businesses and stuff like that. But guys, thanks for tuning in. This was another episode of The Slice of Life. Samantha, any last words that you want to say?
I'm not really that much, but thank you for the support for anyone who's been watching my stuff and liking everything. That's pretty cool. But I'm excited to do more and live my best life on TikTok, maybe YouTube, maybe YouTube.
I'm just kind of like pushing her into this YouTube world. Hopefully she does do it because she'd be great at it.
We'll see.
But guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Just wave to the camera and just say goodbye. Later, guys.